Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the things that you can do for your future self. And when I filmed this video, that's exactly what I meant. Like, what can I do now that will help me going forward, that my future self will be like, wow, I'm so glad you did this. And it's morphed into my reflecting on cycles, especially for me. You know, this week that I filmed this video and I filmed a bunch of other things, I was also solo parenting. My husband travels a lot for work, and I was all out, like all systems go, just doing all the things, like not really resting, waking up early. I had a lot of energy. I felt like I could do anything, right? And then I get to this week and I need a break. I need to chill a little bit. I need to be reading a book and just taking a nap. And I just don't have the energy that I did the previous week. And it's just this idea of cycling and allowing your body and brain and mind to rest. You don't have to be going full throttle all the time. And I just want to remind you of that, because I think I have spent a lot of energy wasted comparing myself to people that seem to be going at 100% every single day. Sometimes I look at my husband and he's like, go, 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 doing a million different things in a million different areas in our life, you know, personal stuff, work stuff, kids stuff, all this kind of thing. And I'm like, how is he doing this? Like, why can I not keep up? And I think some of it is to do with maybe personality. Some has to do with the fact that he's a man and I'm a woman, and we have different hormones. And as I learn more about this, I recognize that this is important, and just knowing myself and not making myself wrong for not being able to go 100% all the time. I have 3 little kids. We don't have a lot of external help, which is totally fine. But that also means that I need to rest and recover when I have the opportunity to. Like when he is home and he can pick up some of the slack, I need to be chilling a little bit. And then when he leaves again, which is usually he travels every other week, then I, kick it up a notch. But back to this video, what am I doing? You might be wondering. I am creating a washing line for us, because being South African, everybody hangs their laundry outside to dry, and I don't know why we don't do it here more in Austin. It is so hot and sunny here, and your laundry is just chef's kiss when you hang it out to dry. I use this to hang up my linen for my bed. I changed the sheets and there was not a wrinkle in sight, and I did not even take out an iron. I actually have an iron. I never use it. It came with our house. But I created a washing line. You can see there's like 2 lines over there, and you can hang up towels and sheets and clothes, and it's amazing. You don't need to use a dryer, which is very harsh on your clothes. You're saving energy. It's just nature's natural drying system, and it's the best. So if there's a way in your garden or outdoor space that you can hang your clothes or create some kind of washing line for your bigger items, I highly recommend. So here I am hanging up our sheets. You see all those wrinkles? By the time I took these sheets off the line, all gone. And our bed was such an inviting place to lie down and rest. And that's what I mean about doing things for your future self. Like, what can you take off your plate today that your future self will love you for? Because we need to be looking after her, right? We are so focused on looking after everybody else. But if you don't have that appreciation and respect for yourself, you can't help anybody. You truly can't. The hard way, because if you've ever been ill and had to take care of kids, or take off from work, or you've had a sustained illness, and you know how life kind of stops, and so keeping ourselves as fit and healthy as possible is the best gift we can give our families. All right, so moving on, this spurred me onto what are all the little things that I am avoiding in my home that kind of just creep up, because life and clutter, it's just made up of all these tiny little decisions and actions or inactions. And I noticed some crazy things while I was cleaning up. But like, for example, pita bread with butter on it. Like, how long had that been there? Hopefully not too long. But my 2-year-old, she leaves me little gifts around the house. And if I don't do a little sweep every now and again, I am in for a very unwelcome surprise by little visitors that we will undoubtedly have. But once you get going, it's really about starting. I found a random Uno card, like where's the rest of the pack? I don't know. And that kind of prompted me, sort of keeping up the momentum to start going through all of the puzzles. Now, I recently went away for 9 days. That's another whole story. I went to London by myself without my kids. If you want to hear more about that experience, let me know. I can definitely talk about it. And I know that they did a lot of puzzling when I was gone, if that's the term, and they did a great job packing everything up, but I'm just going to organize it that much better. Also in the hopes that I will find the pack of Uno cards, because I know they're hiding somewhere. And I was just really proud of the kids that, they didn't really watch any TV or any screens or anything, but they played a lot. And you can see because they put everything back in their little 8 and 5-year-old way, which good for them. I'm happy about that. Found some Uno cards. I don't think those are the right ones, but I found some. And so by just taking the time to go through your house and seeing what you have and what is lying out and what is not in its spot, putting things back, maybe using this opportunity to declutter a couple of things. Like, it doesn't have to be this crazy big event where you set aside a whole weekend and then you go and declutter your whole life all at once. It really doesn't need to be. It can literally be 5 or 10 minutes here and there that you're just reorganizing a few things and maybe noticing things that you guys are no longer needing, you don't use, someone else can benefit from it. That's really how you make decluttering and keeping a clutter-free life sustainable and organized, and just something that you can do for the rest of your life. As with anything really, and especially having kids, I found a bunch of things that did not belong in their spot. They were in the wrong place, and that also just spurred me to think about, how can I better organize this? How can I make this more kid-friendly, where my kids can easily find things and put things back? I also recently went on a massive Lego organization, and this is a result of my Lego thing. So if you want more information on how I did that, because I have an 8-year-old and 5-year-old obsessed with Lego, but they really want to build things and then they kind of sit on the shelf. And so I'm kind of rotating the Lego, and then there's certain Lego that doesn't get its time on the shelf. So I've put everything into one of these zippered sort of see-through bags with the instructions, so that if we ever wanted to give Lego away or share it with somebody, it's all there. And then the Lego that is on display, it has a pouch as well for instructions. Look, I found the Uno. Good. All right. This also kind of spurred me to how can I better organize this, and what can I shop in my house that I already have, the containers that I already have. So if you go back a couple of videos, I did a huge garage clean out and organization, and I bought a couple more of these clear bins from Target. I really like them because they have the clasp and you can see inside and everything's kind of uniform. And I was like, there's got to be a better way for me to house a bunch of stuff. I knew I had some of these. I did not go out and buy any more. I'm a big proponent of shopping your own home where possible, unless you're starting something completely new and you don't have any storage system going. We have these little robots that Theo has built along the way, and they have lots of little pieces that get kind of destroyed when things are coming in and out of cabinets. So I thought I'm going to make them their own container, something else my future self will appreciate, because I know that when I'm, going through this cabinet again, everything will be there. It's pretty obvious what it is. It's all like things matched together. And I could also kind of go through this box, recycle it. We don't really need the box, and save some space as well. I've also really swayed away from cramming everything into boxes and containers. I used to do that a lot, maybe because I had more things. I had lived in a smaller place. I don't know. But I would cram everything in to the point where I feel like if you opened a lid, it's just kind of pop out. And that's not helpful either, because especially with kids, they need to easily be able to take things in and out. So I'm really happy that I found a better solution for the little robots. And then I also found some random stuff in this marble run. And so I thought, you know what? I need to start organizing that too. So I just put this into another bin, and this really didn't take that long. It really didn't. It was like, I mean, all in all, because I'm doing this all at once, maybe a couple of hours, but really you could do this in 10-minute chunks. But what is interesting is how one thing leads on to the next and you get motivated. It's really about starting. You just need to tell yourself that you're going to start for 5 minutes. You're going to do 5 minutes of decluttering. You're just going to take a bin and go around your house and put things away, like throw things out that you don't need, or you're going to organize one little section for 5 minutes. And I can bet you money that you will not stop after 5 minutes, because you get in the flow. It's that inertia, that starting, that we struggle with, and that's why we don't do it, because we just talk ourselves out of it. We feel overwhelmed, and then we never get started. But if you just start doing small little things, your future self will thank you. And lastly, I really needed to organize my handbag. When was the last time you went through things and figured out what still needs to be there, what has been added? I even found a little plastic penguin in there, which, I just keep for emergencies in case the 2-year-old has a meltdown. Don't know if the penguin's really going to help, but we try. Got some bug spray, sunscreen, Band-Aid, tissues, the usual suspects. But it's important to go through stuff through your bag, especially if you're using multiple bags. I lose stuff in there and I forget that they're in there if I'm changing from one purse to the next. But here is your, friendly reminder to go through your bag, because that is something that, if that is organized and you have everything you need in there, you will be so happy that you had a Band-Aid when your child fell and skinned their knee, or that you had some Tylenol when someone's complaining of a headache, or you could help your friend out with, I don't know, an extra pair of sunglasses, whatever. So I highly encourage you to go through that stuff. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, liking this video, sharing it with someone who needs a little bit of encouragement to just get started to living that clutter-free life, because I'm telling you, it's the way to go. Your future self will thank you.